all by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse.
There's not enough room in my house.
And she said,
wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze.
take in your hen, said the wise old man.
Dig in my hen, what a curious plan.
Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped round the room, knocking over a jug. The little old lady cried,
what shall I do? It's pokey for one and it's teeny for two. My nose has a tickle, there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze.
And she said,
wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze.
take in your goat, said the wise old man.
Dig in my goat, what a curious plan.
Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibbling the table leg. The little old lady cried,
why is me? It's tiny for two and it's titchy for three. The hen's pecked the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze.
And she said,
wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze.
take in your pig, said the wise old man.
Dig in my pig, what a curious plan.
So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. The little old lady cried,
stop, I implore, it is stitchy for three, it is weeny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze.
And she said,
wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze.
take in your cow, said the wise old man.
Dig in my cow, what a curious plan.
Well, the cow took one look and jumped straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. The little old lady cried,
heavens alive, it is teeny for four, it is weeny for five. Even the cow on the table agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze.
And she said,
wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze.
take them all out, said the wise old man.
But then I'll be back where I first began.
So she opened the window and out flew the hen.
That's better at last, I can sneeze again.
She shooed out the goat and shoved out the pig.
My house is beginning to look pretty big.
She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow.
Just look at my house, it's enormous now. Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for five, it's gigantic for one. There's no need to grumble, there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house.
And now she's full of frolics and fiddly-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddly-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze.